Welcome to Maestros TV. For today's session, we will go full details in Career Stage 1, Domain 3, focusing on teaching and learning that lays the groundwork for instructional leadership. By demonstrating knowledge and understanding of learning standards, pedagogy, teacher feedback, and learner performance, they begin their journey toward becoming transformational leaders in education. As they progress, their ability to apply, support, and refine these aspects will determine their effectiveness in shaping a culture of excellence in their schools. This foundational stage is crucial because it sets the tone for continuous professional growth. School heads must actively seek learning opportunities, collaborate with experienced educators, and apply data-driven, research-backed strategies to ensure that their leadership has a positive and lasting impact on both teachers and students. As an aspiring or newly appointed school head, one of the most critical areas of responsibility is ensuring quality teaching and learning. Domain 3 focuses on the principal's role in shaping instructional excellence by understanding learning standards, teaching pedagogies, feedback mechanisms, and learner performance. At Career Stage 1, school heads are expected to build foundational knowledge and understanding of these aspects and begin applying them in practice. Let's break this down into the 4 strands. Strand 3.1, School-Based Review, Contextualization, and Implementation of Learning Standards. At Career Stage 1, school heads are expected to demonstrate knowledge and understanding of how learning standards are reviewed, contextualized, and implemented at the school level. This means they must be familiar with national and regional curriculum standards and know how to adapt these to the specific needs of their school and learners. Key responsibilities: understanding DepEd curriculum guides, learning competencies, and assessment frameworks. Participating in school-based curriculum reviews and identifying areas for improvement. Recognizing how socio-cultural and economic factors influence curriculum implementation. Ensuring that teachers align their instruction with learning standards. Examples in practice. Conducting informal observations to check if teachers are using curriculum-aligned lesson plans. Reviewing student performance data to see if curriculum implementation needs adjustments. Organizing discussions with teachers to identify contextual adaptations, e.g., integrating local culture into lessons. Principles and tenets. Curriculum adaptability. A good school leader understands that while national learning standards provide a structure, local adaptation is necessary to ensure relevance. Data-driven decisions. Reviewing student performance data should guide how the curriculum is contextualized. Collaborative leadership. Engaging teachers and stakeholders in curriculum review fosters ownership and accountability. Developing competency. Attending training on curriculum implementation and assessment. Collaborating with master teachers and learning area heads. Regularly engaging with teachers to understand instructional challenges and solutions. Strand 3.2, Teaching Standards and Pedagogies. At Career Stage 1, school heads must demonstrate knowledge and understanding of teaching standards and pedagogies across different learning areas. This means having a grasp of effective teaching strategies, instructional delivery, and student-centered learning. Key responsibilities. Knowing different instructional approaches, such as differentiated instruction, inquiry-based learning, and explicit teaching. Observing and evaluating lesson delivery to ensure quality. Understanding how teachers use assessment data to inform instruction. Promoting inclusive education and ensuring that diverse learners' needs are met. Examples in practice. Sitting in on classes to observe instructional methods and identifying areas for teacher development. Encouraging professional learning communities, PLCs, where teachers share best practices. Guiding teachers on using formative and summative assessments effectively. Principles and tenets. Quality instruction matters. Student success depends on the effectiveness of teaching strategies. Continuous improvement. Teachers must be supported in their professional development. Equity in education. Every learner should have access to high-quality teaching. Developing competency. Engaging in professional development focused on pedagogy. Providing instructional coaching with master teachers. Encouraging teachers to use reflective practice and lesson study. Strand 3.3. Teacher performance feedback. Providing constructive feedback to teachers is a crucial leadership function. At Career Stage 1, school heads should demonstrate an understanding of how feedback from learners, parents, and stakeholders can be used to enhance teacher performance. Key responsibilities. Gathering feedback through classroom observations, student reflections, and parent consultations. Identifying teacher strengths and areas for growth. Using feedback as a basis for coaching and mentoring. Encouraging a feedback-rich environment where teachers reflect on their practice. Examples in practice. Conducting post-observation discussions with teachers to highlight strengths and areas for development. Using student surveys to understand the impact of teaching strategies. Organizing feedback sessions where parents provide insights on learning experiences. Principles and tenets. Feedback as a growth tool. Constructive feedback should motivate teachers, not discourage them. Multi-source input. Feedback should come from different stakeholders, students, parents, peers, and school heads. Timely and specific feedback. Effective feedback is given promptly and includes actionable recommendations. Developing competency. Learning how to conduct classroom observations effectively. Engaging in coaching and mentoring workshops. Developing communication skills to deliver feedback constructively. Strand 3.4. Learner achievement and performance indicators. At Career Stage 1, school heads must be able to set achievable and challenging learning outcomes that support learner success. This means ensuring that student progress is continuously monitored and that instructional strategies are aligned with performance goals. Key responsibilities. Setting school-wide academic goals based on national benchmarks. Monitoring learner performance through assessments and teacher reports. Identifying students at risk of falling behind and initiating interventions. Encouraging data-based decision-making to improve learning outcomes. Examples in practice. Analyzing quarterly test results to identify areas for curriculum improvement. Implementing targeted interventions such as remedial programs or peer tutoring. Encouraging teachers to use differentiated instruction to address learner needs. Principles and tenets. Accountability in learning. Every learner must be given an opportunity to succeed. Data-driven instruction. Performance indicators must guide teaching strategies. Holistic development. Learning is not just about academic success, but also character formation. Developing competency. Understanding and using assessment tools effectively. Collaborating with teachers and parents to support struggling learners. Attending training on data analysis for school improvement. Implementing and contextualizing learning standards. One of the most critical responsibilities of a school leader is ensuring that the curriculum is effectively implemented, monitored, and continuously improved. The Philippine K-12 basic education curriculum provides clear learning standards that guide instruction across different grade levels. These standards are built around the most essential learning competencies (MELCs), ensuring that students acquire the knowledge, skills, and values necessary for lifelong learning. However, a one-size-fits-all approach to education does not work. Schools are diverse, and learners come from different cultural, socio-economic, and linguistic backgrounds. That's where contextualization plays a vital role. As a school head, you must lead curriculum implementation by ensuring that teachers are effectively integrating learning standards into their lesson planning and instructional delivery. You should organize regular curriculum reviews, assessing whether students are meeting expected competencies and identifying gaps or challenges that need intervention. Moreover, contextualization should be encouraged, allowing teachers to adapt lessons to their students' local experiences and realities. For instance, in indigenous communities, integrating local traditions, histories, and languages into lessons makes learning more meaningful and engaging. This approach aligns with DEEP's mandate to foster culturally relevant education. Effective school heads also ensure that teaching and assessment strategies are aligned with learning standards. This means that teachers should not only deliver lessons, but also use assessments to measure student learning. Schools should develop assessment-driven instruction, where data from quizzes, projects, and standardized tests guide teaching adjustments. Through Learning Action Cells, LACs, and Professional Learning Communities, PLCs, school heads should facilitate teacher discussions on curriculum innovations and share best practices to enhance instruction. Ensuring high-quality teaching through effective pedagogies. Teaching effectiveness is the core of learning. A school head must set high teaching standards and ensure that educators adopt modern, evidence-based pedagogical approaches. Gone are the days of rote memorization and teacher-centered instruction. Today's education system calls for active, student-centered learning that fosters critical thinking, creativity, and collaboration. The question now is, how can school heads ensure that these pedagogies are consistently practiced in their schools? First, by conducting structured classroom observations. School heads can monitor the instructional quality and provide timely feedback to teachers. Classroom visits should not be mere compliance checks, but rather opportunities to support teachers in refining their strategies. Teachers should be encouraged to integrate active learning approaches, such as project-based learning, inquiry-based instruction, and differentiated teaching. Furthermore, school heads should promote the use of technology in classrooms, ensuring that teachers utilize digital tools to enhance student engagement and learning outcomes. Another key aspect of instructional leadership is ensuring that classrooms are inclusive and responsive to the needs of diverse learners. This includes providing support systems for students with disabilities, struggling learners, and gifted students. Differentiated instruction and universal design for learning UDL should be promoted to ensure that all students, regardless of background, can access and engage with lessons meaningfully. For teachers to continuously develop, professional development opportunities must be readily available. As a school leader, you should spearhead mentoring programs, action research initiatives, and training workshops that allow teachers to refine their craft. Peer collaboration, coaching cycles, and demonstration teaching sessions can also create an environment of continuous learning and professional growth. The role of feedback in enhancing teacher performance. An effective instructional leader understands that teacher feedback is crucial in improving instructional quality. However, not all feedback is created equal. Generic, vague, or overly critical feedback can demotivate teachers rather than help them improve. That's why structured, data-driven feedback should be the norm in schools. A well-planned teacher performance feedback process involves 3 steps: pre-observation consultation, classroom observation, and post-observation conference. Before conducting observations, school heads must discuss expectations with teachers, ensuring that they understand the criteria for evaluation. During the observation, data should be collected on teaching effectiveness, student engagement, and learning outcomes. The post-observation conference is where constructive feedback is given, focusing on strengths, areas for improvement, and specific action steps. Feedback should be solution-oriented, guiding teachers on how to enhance their practice rather than merely pointing out weaknesses. Beyond individual feedback, peer evaluations, coaching sessions, and self-reflection exercises can help teachers assess their own teaching methods and adopt strategies for growth. Creating a culture of mentorship, where experienced teachers support newer ones, can foster professional growth and boost instructional effectiveness across the school. ensuring student success through performance monitoring. At the end of the day, the true measure of a school's success is student learning outcomes. This means that school leaders must track student performance, analyze trends, and implement interventions when necessary. Schools should utilize standardized assessment results, such as the PhilIRI Reading Assessment and National Achievement Test (NAT), to identify learning gaps and create data-driven remediation programs. Aside from test scores, other indicators of student success, such as engagement levels, attendance rates, and extracurricular participation, should also be considered. High-performing schools foster environments where students are not just academically competent, but also socially and emotionally prepared. School heads must promote holistic education, ensuring that learners develop both cognitive and socio-emotional skills. To improve student performance, interventions like remedial reading programs, tutorial sessions, and catch-up classes should be implemented. A strong partnership with parents and the community is also vital in ensuring that students receive academic support at home. To become an effective school principal, one must master instructional leadership by ensuring that the curriculum is well implemented and contextualized, catering to students' unique learning needs. Teachers are equipped with modern pedagogical strategies that enhance student engagement and learning. A structured feedback system is in place to continuously improve instructional quality. Student performance is closely monitored, with data-driven interventions implemented as needed. A great school leader inspires teachers, supports learners, and transforms schools into centers of excellence. By understanding and mastering Domain 3, focusing on teaching and learning, aspiring school heads can truly make a lasting impact on the education system. That's all for today's episode. If you found this discussion helpful, don't forget to share this podcast with fellow educators and stay tuned for more deep dives into instructional leadership. Until next time, keep leading with purpose.